I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I'm your forensic femme fatale, and Natalie is your true crime addict connoisseur.
We're just two girls sipping on some Snoop-inspired gin and juice.
Cheers!
Cheers! Snacking on some Martha award-winning chocolate hazelnut ganache frosted cookies. That's an actual recipe. Okay.
Really? Well, okay. We'll talk about some of her cookbooks, actually.
Okay. While we obsess about dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
And here's your disclaimer, chatters. The following crime chat contains adult content and descriptions of potentially violent scenarios. I'm not sure how violent you're going to get today. Martha's not so violent in her crime behind the wine, but either way, your listener discretion is advised because there will be adult language.
Yes, there will be. Oh my God. So before we get into today's crime chat, Kat, what have you done?
So we are behind, 2 episodes behind on House of Dragon.
Okay.
And the only reason for that is because we got sucked into this other show called The 100.
Is that an older show?
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So I started to watch it. I watched like the first episode years ago. And I was like, it's okay. Like it didn't get me, right? It didn't catch me now, like in the first episode. So I was like, meh, let's see what else is on, right? So Chris pulls it up like, I don't know, last week or the week before, and he's like, hey, have you ever seen this? And I was like, well, I tried to watch it. I said, it was okay. I said, we can watch it if you want to. And we're like season 3 in.
I remember it was good.
Yeah. And so there's like 6 or 7 seasons, something like that. So anytime that we're together, like we've been watching The 100. What about you? I mean, literally, that's all that I've done. I'm like, no, yeah, pretty much that's all I've done. Yeah, but what about you?
I've had an interesting week, very busy week. I'm just gonna say it. One of the craziest events I've ever had has happened to me. 4 days ago, my car was stolen from the parking lot. Yeah, while I was sleeping.
Yep.
And yesterday they found it.
Was it? It wasn't stripped or anything, or
no? It was cleaner than when they stole it. I mean, it was immaculate.
Just got rid of all the shit that was in it.
Yeah, but I mean, I lost all my personal effects and all my stuff. But damn, they detailed the shit out of it. I'm like, okay, all right.
Maybe they were going to resell it.
Maybe.
And that's why. And they were going to try and make some money.
I don't know, but I got a really clean car back. So
there you go.
Thank you, Charlotte County PD and Lee County PD. They were very nice. They were very, very nice.
That's awesome.
Yes. So, that's basically it. That's kind of like, that's my week.
That's very exciting, though. I mean, not like good exciting, but exciting. Glad you got it back.
Yeah.
And that it's cleaner. But before we get into the crime portion of this crime chat, many of you know Martha Stewart, the queen of domestication, and Snoop Dogg as the king of rap. You may even know that they're friends. But just how close are they? Close. They're pretty close. They're friends, they're business partners, and encouragers of each other's endeavors in their entrepreneurship. So we're going to talk a little bit about kind of their friendship first before we get into each individual story in this season 1 finale of 19 Crimes, Snoop and Martha. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, so did you know that Martha has a podcast?
I did not.
Yeah. So
I did not know.
And it only just started in June of this year, so June 2022. It's appropriately called the Martha Stewart Podcast. And who do you think her first guest was?
Snoop.
Snoop Dogg. So, amazing episode. I listened to it all. Huge insight into their relationship. And I'm going to talk about a few things that they discussed, but also in the Patreon, I'm going to go ahead and link the episode to this podcast episode. And encourage you guys to really check it out. So Martha and Snoop met in November of 2008. So they're going on like a 15-year relationship, right? Snoop was a guest on her television show, The Martha Stewart Show. They hit it off. They were cooking, joking, and everything in between, and have really been friends ever since. And on her podcast, Martha said anytime she goes anywhere, she gets asked, how's Snoop?
Yeah.
And Snoop also says that people approach him all the time and they're like, I love what you and Martha are doing. So for both celebrities, and they both agreed in her podcast, they both agreed that their fan base demographics have widened tremendously. I mean, can you imagine, right?
Yeah.
And he's like 50, right? She's 81. This relationship, and as much as they hit it off, it's just exploded and people love it. But this also includes their wine, right? And that's why we're here today. 19 Crimes, baby. Martha said she was approached by Treasure Wine Estates, who, chatters, if you don't know, is the owner of 19 Crimes in Australia, because of Snoop's success that he had with Cali Red. And that's what you're drinking today, right? Is the Cali Red?
There you go, Cali Red.
Because of his success with both Cali Red and Cali Rosé, and because of their known friendship, they came up to Martha and said, hey, would you be interested in having your own wine? And Martha was like, yeah. So introducing Martha's Shard, which, guys, if you tuned in last week,
right,
you saw that my eye makeup matched and I said that I would do it again.
Yes,
and I did.
It looks amazing. Looks amazing. And I got Snoop's.
Snoop Dogg.
Look how good looking he is. He's so handsome.
He is a handsome man. Yes, he is.
That man is he's got eyes. He's got really good eyes. I have 2 CrimeChat links, actually. I have one with Martha, and then I have one that's not necessarily a Snoop Dogg link, but it is a link to his industry when I was growing up. So like I'll tell you the Martha CrimeChat link now. So when I was working in Manhattan, I was working in an office that was off of the West Side Highway, which was known as Hell's Kitchen or like Chelsea.
Sure.
She had they were renovating this huge apartment building, and they were making it these little apartments, and they were just blowing out the walls and making it these like penthouse offices that overlook the water. And she bought one of these offices, and these, one floor could be like 50,000 square feet.
Wow.
It was huge. Like it was a huge,
So did she have like the Martha Stewart floor?
She had her floor, and she showed up one day, and I remember I was coming out. Now the building was like, the way it was situated was like it was right on the West Side Highway. So the next right past that was the water.
Okay.
But it had the
Hudson or?
Okay. It had the train station, a link to the train station in the building. So you just had to go downstairs and jump on the train and go. You never had to leave the building. Like the building was situated so perfectly.
Yeah.
I remember her getting out of her car. I remember walking up the block. So I'm leaving the building. I'm turning left. I noticed that there's no cars on the street. I'm like, wow, this is quiet. It was like eerily quiet. And all of a sudden you see a bunch of black sedans pull up, and an entourage had to be 30, 40 people jumping out of the car. She later gets out of the car and they surround her like an entourage. What
time frame was this? Was this post jail time and
before jail time?
This was. We'll talk a little bit about her before life too.
Okay. This was I want to say 99.
Okay.
2000 was like right before 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was before 9/11, right before 9/11. Yeah. She was definitely, wherever she went, she had a harem with her. She's somebody. I mean, she could shut down a city street if she's showing up.
Right? No doubt. Absolutely no doubt.
Snoop and McKinley were eventually acquitted with no time, and they were back on the streets. Johnny Cochran represented them.
Johnny.
Johnny Cochran represented them.
Yep.
In 1996, his second album, The Dog Father, also debuted at #1, both charts with Snoop's Upside Ya Head as the lead single.
Mhm.
The next year, the album was certified double platinum. This man, once again, he's getting like that Midas touch that Dr. Dre has. Like he's getting his groove. He's getting it together. For a few years, Snoop's records failed to generate excitement comparable to that of his debut, but he carefully cultivated and at times this cartoonish public persona, which made him a rap pop icon.
I mean, I remember seeing her everywhere as a teenager then. She had her hands into everything and anything domestic. Martha Stewart's 1995 Christmas special was called Home for the Holidays. It featured her mom, Miss Piggy, Julia Child, Hillary Clinton, who was the first lady at the time, and a lot of crafts in her classic line, quote, "If you can bunch it, you can make a wreath out of it," end quote. In 1997, Martha's branding company, Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia, grew into its consolidation and purchase of television, print, and merchandise related to Martha Stewart brand. By 1999, Martha Stewart Living went public on the New York Stock Exchange with an initial offer of $18 per share and rallied at its peak at $38 per share. She was the first self-made billionaire female in the United States. So as we know, Martha was indicted on 9 charges of federal securities, fraud, and obstructing government investigation, and faced up to 30 years in jail if she was found guilty. She did, of course, plead not guilty. Federal prosecutors said she altered evidence, that she traded on inside information about ImClone. She conspired with her stockbroker to lie to federal officials, and then she defrauded shareholders in her company, Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia, by misleading them as to why she sold her stock.
They have a ghost
from the ghost, like the pottery wheel and everything. Yes, Martha is on the pottery wheel. Snoop comes up behind her. It's amazing.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. In 2020, Martha entered the world of Hawaii. Her 19 Crimes Martha Shard advertisement is quoted as the following: "The world doesn't need just another Chardonnay. It needs my Chardonnay.
Absolutely.
This Chardonnay satisfies my palate with notes of cream and caramel, bright citrus, and brownstone fruit with a crisp, clean finish. A great crowd pleaser at your next party." And then Martha says, "Let's work hard, play hard, and drink Martha's Shard." A firm acidic core brings a core balance to the savory and sweet tastings. It pairs well with your favorite dishes after a long day of working, cooking, playing, and gardening. When Snoop Dogg tried it, he said it was better than gin and juice.
What?
That is all part of her advertisement for Martha Shard.
Better than gin and juice.
Right?
And only Martha could play that with Snoop Dogg. He would allow Martha, because Martha
He would allow it. Don't forget to follow Crime Chat with Nat and Kat on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok to see what is coming up next. And this is the season 1 finale, which means there's gonna be a season 2.
Yes.
Season 2 kicks off in November. But we'll be re-releasing throughout October our Crime and Cosmetics episodes to promote our collaboration with Mad Love Cosmetics, which is the Crime and Cosmetics line. You're not going to want to miss any of those episodes. Marilyn, Aqua Tofana, Bloodbathery. You're going to want to re-listen to a lot of those. Yeah, a lot of beauty, a lot of makeup, a lot of murder. Yes, beauty, makeup, and murder, of course. Yes. So remember, Crime Chat with Nat and Kat. Subscribe to our Patreon for bonus episodes and behind the scenes bloopers, and check out merch in the works. And the bloopers are gonna be amazing. Yes, actually.
we just released bloopers. That was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
And I think I'm gonna collaborate season 1 bloopers. I think I'm gonna do that.
Yes, but the last bloopers you did, please just post it on Facebook. Please post it on Facebook. Chatters,
It's hilarious.
You gotta post it. Just you rearranging your fucking room is pretty funny. Yeah.
I've got my calendar. I've got the Nat and Kat. I've got the 19 crimes.
Yes, we're gonna come at you season 2. We're gonna be, guess what, chatters?
Look, season 2 is gonna be legit.
We're gonna be organized. We're gonna be coming at you organized. Yes, we're gonna be sniper style. We're gonna be sniper style. We are. Well,
okay.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna organize our Natisms, and we're gonna add cat confessions. We're gonna be organized.
It's gonna be amazing, you guys. We cannot wait to debut season 2 with you guys.
Yes.
But in the meantime, listen to the crime and cosmetics, or basically enhancing our crime and cosmetics with Mad Love Cosmetics, and go to madlovecosmetics.com to pre-order your cosmetics line today, or go to crimechatwithnatandkat.com and check out our merch, check out Mad Love, check out all the things that we have on the website. And until next time, we will see you on the next Crime Chat.